Oh, what a helpful druid. Won't find out anywhere.
Greetings, Platinum Hunter, and welcome to PTR. So, make sure that the Mantis is fully fueled, set blasters to stun, and become one with the Force as we jump into this week's game, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. But what is Star Wars Jedi Survivor? Well, it is an action-adventure game developed by Respawn Entertainment and published by Electronic Arts. A sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2019, the game takes place 5 years after the ending of the first and continues the adventures of young Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, as he and his friends continue in their struggle to survive the tyranny of the Galactic Empire. Survivor was released for the PlayStation 5 on April 28, 2023. Jedi Survivor has a total of 54 trophies, 2 gold, 7 silver, 44 bronze, and of course, 1 platinum trophy. Though the game does feature New Game Plus, everything can be done in one playthrough. But note that there is a lot of backtracking and the majority of trophies will need to be saved for post-story cleanup. There are no trophies associated for difficulty, so play on whatever difficulty you see fit. I personally played this on story mode to move things along quicker. With all that being said and done, just play through the story and do the minimum of exploration, as to be able to access certain areas you will need to gain the powers needed through story progression. So once the end credits have rolled, let us begin our journey down the trophy list for this game. Let us begin with collectibles, though I use that word loosely. Max capacity. Have a full cantina. This basically means that you must recruit NPCs to come and hang out at the cantina. During the story, talking to random people in the cantina will start side missions called rumors. You will need to do all of them, as this is how you recruit NPCs and discover hidden areas on the map. Growth spurt. Find space for a full garden. During the story missions on Jeddah, you will come across Pili. Talk to her so that she will go to the cantina on Kobo, and she will tend to the garden on the roof. Now, there are 2 ways of doing this. Finding enough seeds to fill the entire garden, or finding the 10 different seed types and only planting them. I would recommend the latter, as it is much quicker. Video in the description to their locations. Once planted, it will take a while before they grow. Make sure to talk to Pili now and then, as she will give a description of each plant which is needed to pop the trophy. I advise this be the first thing you do post-story. Scuba diving. Fill the aquarium. During one of the side missions, you will meet Skoova, the fisherman. Once recruited to the cantina, he will be responsible for filling the fish tank. There are 12 fishes needed for this, 2 on Jeddah and 10 on Kobo. Video to the locations will be linked in the description. Intergalactic Geographic. Scan every type of enemy to fill out the tactical guide. After you defeat an enemy, BD1 will make a noise and the scan option will appear. Just make sure to scan every enemy you come across, and you should not have a problem with this. This goes hand in hand with the Caij match trophy, as the last scan you get will be at the end of completing that said trophy. Caij match. Gain the attention of a mysterious stranger. Caij is a bounty hunter at the cantina that will give us bounties, 16 in total, that we will need to hunt down to get the trophy. Again, save this for post-story, as the majority will not spawn until you have finished the campaign. When speaking to Caij, she will give you the location of the next bounty. A video to all the locations will be linked in the description. Splurge. Purchase all of Doma's merchandise. Doma is the first shop that will open and where we can buy goods from. For this, we need to collect all 100 Priorite shards, 4 on Coruscant, 5 on Nova Garon, and 91 are on Kobo. Video to their locations will be linked in the description. There is a very useful map upgrade that you can get post-game to help you with this. Please see the trophy Perk of the job for more information. Also, 1 shard will need to be won from Turgle at the Hologames table, and another one will need to be bought from Z, who can be found on the other side of the fish tank on the first floor. Best to save this for last. Blood, sweat and tears. Complete all Force tears. There are a total of 15 scattered across the planet, and they can be either a platforming puzzle or combat challenge. Video to all the locations will be linked in the description. The Jedi Path. Fully upgrade 3 skill trees. There are several skill trees in this game, and by just playing normally you shouldn't have a problem with this. But if you want to cheese it a little bit, once you've maxed out 2, you can reset for free, but only the first time, your skill trees, and start from scratch. Just fully upgrade the 3rd one and the trophy should pop. Star Tours. Discover and complete all Jedi chambers. There are a total of 7 chambers, all found on Kobo. Video to all the locations will be linked in the description. Gambler. Once you recruit the NPCs Tully and Beamer, they will open the holotactics table on the first floor of the cantina. You will need to beat all the players to unlock this trophy. It is fairly easy, but I will link a guide in the description just in case. Moving on to miscellaneous trophies. Perk of the job. Equip perks in all slots. You start the game with 3 perk slots, and 7 more can be obtained through exploration. Video to all the locations will be linked in the description. Now, of the 7 that are obtained through exploration, 3 of them are post-game. Once the credits have rolled, you will have a mission to complete called Path of the Conviction. Completing this task will net you the last 3 perk slots and a very useful map upgrade to help find the priorite shards. Go to the map, hide all the white pins except for treasures, and this will make your search for them much more bearable. A guide won't be needed, but I will link one as it will at least tell you which locations of the map the shards can be found, as the data discs also show up as treasure. We of course do not need them for the trophy, so don't waste time collecting them. I'm a living legend. Defeat all legendary adversaries. There are a total of 13 legendary enemies tied to the story as rumors. If you are playing at a higher difficulty, I would suggest saving these for last. Video to all the locations will be linked in the description. You've got a friend. Direct your companion to assist in combat 10 times. There are only 2 companions, Bode and Merrin. Press R1 and square when the option is available for them to assist. It has a very short cooldown. Caij. Hit 3 enemies with a single roller mine. Exploring certain areas in Kobo, you'll come across these lovely things that will endlessly follow you until they explode. Lure them near a group of enemies and then force push the mine into them. This is Canon. Push an enemy into the Shattered Moon mining cannon, pretty straightforward and an easy trophy to get. Mirror matchup. A confused enemy defeats an enemy of the same type. Another easy trophy to get and one of the first trophies you can achieve. It's a trap. Explore the Foki caverns. This is a hidden area on Kobo that is quite tricky to traverse. Save this for last and I will link a video guide in the description. Cobra Cal. Train with your weapon while wearing a headband. You will need to purchase the headband from Domus for 7 shards and then travel to Jeddah. Next to the Mantis is a dummy stormtrooper. Equip the headband and give the dummy a good old whack for the trophy. RoadHouse. Dropkick an enemy while wearing a mullet. For this you will need to obtain the crossguard stance at the end of chapter 3, collect the mullet cosmetic which is located in the middle of the large tar field of the derelict dam on Kobo. Once both equipped, sprint towards an enemy and press square to dropkick. 1 with the Force. Avoid 50 attacks using Focus Sight. In the Resilience skill tree, purchase Focused Sight. By holding circle you will dodge attacks. The Tear on the Shattered Moon, which is a combat challenge, is an excellent place to farm this. Slam Dunk. Slam 5 enemies with a single use of a slam. The Tear on the Shattered Moon, which is a combat challenge, again, is an excellent place to farm this. While you're at it, farm Hand Slow-Mo, which is to defeat 50 enemies under the slow effect, and get down from there. Attack 20 lifted enemies. They're probably fine. Now you can get this straight after you tame your first Neko in chapter 2. Go towards the Neko pools and jump off the edge and let your new Neko friend fall to his demise. Though I got this while climbing the mountain in one of the story missions. The trophy was bugged in the sense it would not pop until 5 minutes after you had dropped the Neko, but I imagine that this should have been fixed in the latest patch. The last trophy I will mention is There Is No Try. Help lift a ship out of the tar pits. When first on Kobo, you will run past a small droid with his ship stuck in the tar. You will have to come back at a later time to be able to lift said ship. Once done, don't forget to talk to the droid as you need to recruit him for the max capacity trophy. After all the hyperspace jumping, blaster deflecting and fighting the Empire is complete, you should be the proud owner of an ultra rare 3.4% platinum trophy. So is Star Wars Jedi Survivor's platinum worth the hassle? In short, no. As a dedicated Star Wars fan and avid gamer, I was eagerly looking forward to immersing myself in the world of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, a highly anticipated game that promised an engaging and challenging experience. However, my excitement quickly waned as I delved into the game's trophy list, which unfortunately left much to be desired. First and foremost, the trophy list seemed uninspired and lacked creativity. Instead of providing meaningful and enjoyable objectives that would enhance the gameplay experience, the list primarily consisted of repetitive and grind-heavy tasks. It felt as though the developers simply wanted to prolong the game's lifespan by artificially increasing its completion time rather than offering players rewarding and memorable moments. Furthermore, many of the trophies seemed excessively difficult or time-consuming to obtain, without any real sense of accomplishment upon completion. The game failed to strike a balance between challenging and rewarding gameplay, leaving players frustrated and disheartened by the sheer effort required to unlock certain trophies. This is a textbook case of a good game with an awful trophy list. Story-wise, pretty standard and enjoyable, with fun gameplay. You definitely feel like a real Jedi Knight. However, the plot twist you will see coming a mile away. During the first mission of the game, my trope senses were tingling, and what I thought would go down happened just as I expected. There are no bragging rights to be had for achieving this platinum. Only a complete masochist would put themselves through this. The only reason I soldiered through was because of this YouTube channel and me wanting to make this video warning people to stay away. If it wasn't for platinum trophy reviews, I would have abandoned this platinum ages ago. My sheer hatred for this game was the fuel that I needed to achieve the platinum. I broke one of the sacred rules of trophy hunting: only platinum games that you enjoy. Reading this trophy list made me fearful. My fear led to anger. My anger led to hate, and my hate led to suffering. I walked the path of the dark side, and it consumed me. Lastly, the trophy list suffered from poor implementation and technical issues. Some trophies were glitched or unattainable due to bugs, diminishing the overall satisfaction of completing the list. This oversight was a clear indication of the developers' lack of attention to detail and their failure to provide a polished and enjoyable gameplay experience. In conclusion, Star Wars Jedi Survivor's trophy list was a major disappointment. Its lack of originality, excessive difficulty, absence of meaningful objectives, and technical flaws hindered my enjoyment of this game. While the core gameplay might have held promise, the trophy list failed to complete it and left me longing for more engaging and rewarding experience. Star Wars Jedi Survivor's Platinum Trophy is a 3 out of 10. So, thank you for making it this far in the video. I hope you found this very useful. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time. I have spoken.